Hey guys, welcome back to Zenscape, where we experience the divine through aqua design. Today, as you can see, I am here at a very beautiful gallery. I wonder which one it is. You guys will find out soon. Wink wink, nudge nudge. Remember to stick around for our surprise giveaway at the end, courtesy of Denala. So let's dive in. So guys, we are here with Eugene, the founder of Living Shrimply. Eugene, maybe you can share with us a bit about how Living Shrimply came about.
Yeah, sure. So Living Shrimply started off as an e-commerce business, and we were catering mainly towards the keeping of ornamental shrimps. So that's why we were called Living Shrimply.
Right.
But then subsequently, there were many people who messaged us and they were asking us, oh, can we come down to the store? We want to visit. And then we decided that, oh, you know what? Let's just do it. We'll start a store, and then we'll do a Aquascape store, which is an easier way to attract new people into the industry, into the hobby. In Singapore, there is no Aquascape store that really showcases the beauty of naturescapes. So therefore, we decided to just start a gallery right here in Springleaf. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, and we'll put the address in the description below as well.
Yeah.
So can't wait to see some of those beautiful scapes you're talking about.
Yeah.
Shall we have a mini tour of
sure,
your
let's go.
space? Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do it. So Eugene, maybe tell us a bit about this setup here, you know, what the concept is, who scaped it, and also the bit of the equipment as well.
Right, yeah. So this tank was actually scaped by Volker Jochum from Denala. Yeah, so we actually brought him down for a live scape demo.
Right.
Yeah, where he taught over 30 participants how to build a scape. Yeah, and it was entirely using Denala's features. So we have a Denala tank here, which is actually a cube style. And it's a 30 by 30 with a 35 cm height.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a crystal clear glass tank as well. Yeah, so Volker was the one who conceptualized and built the entire thing using stones and wood that you can find in Living Shrimply, as well as the plants here. Yeah.
Nice,
So
nice.
for this tank, it's been running for almost close to 2 months now.
Okay.
Yeah, and we are powering it using a fancy disposable CO2 here. Yeah, and
Nice,
this has worked wonders for having the plants grow really well. Yeah,
Awesome,
and making
awesome.
it very, very stable. Yeah.
Cool. Thanks so much, Eugene.
Yeah,
Let's
no
check
problem.
out your Hardscape section maybe.
Yeah, sure.
Tell us about this space that we're at right now.
Yeah, so this space right here is where new customers can come here to build their entire tank from scratch. So we have a Dojo table here, and this is meant for people to play with as a playground. So you know how usually when you go to shops and you don't know whether or not you got enough or you got too much. So that's what the Dojo table here is for. And you can really just build your scape here and decide whether or not you want it. And if you want it, you can take the entire thing back home. Yeah. So we build this space in mind, knowing that people are going to have many things that they want to change about their scape. And this is really just a playground for people to start with.
I see. Does it mean if I scape and let's say I use a handful of this gravel, I only bring back this handful of gravel?
I mean,
as opposed to having to buy like 5 kg worth and then just using a handful.
That's right. Actually,
So it's convenient in that way.
Usually, what some of our customers do is that they have the entire tank here and they just build it here on top in a tank, and then they'll stick the entire tank back. So that's how they usually do it. Yeah.
I see. Very
so in that way, we also do a bit of wastage saving.
Yes, definitely.
And then you can just get what you really need.
Yeah, you don't pay more for what you don't need.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah. Great. Thanks for sharing that. Let's have a look at some of your plants and livestock section.
Sure. Yeah, so right here is where we actually do a lot of aquatic plants and our fishes. So our main focus is actually more on aquatic plants. So we have a wide selection and we try to keep them in the best condition as possible. So from here, in one look, you can tell exactly what you need and hopefully cover your entire tank with plants.
Do you focus on a specific type of plants or just really varied?
Yeah, so actually we try to cater for quite a wide variety, but most of our plants will be catered towards the beginners as well. Here and there, we'll try to get in more of the rare plants for the season hobbies. The ones that are rare, the ones that are hard to find.
Got it. And what about livestock? Do you all have a certain focus as well?
As for livestock, we really try to clean out our fishes. So basically, we are catering more towards the tanks with aquascapes, which means that a lot of focus on schooling fishes, smaller fishes, fishes that are compatible with aquascapes.
Okay, great, cool. Speaking of aquascapes, maybe we should check out the gallery.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So Eugene, here we are at your beautiful gallery. Maybe you can share with us why you have one and also what considerations do you make when designing this?
Yeah, so this space was really meant to be somewhere where you enter and you get a sense of like calm and beauty. So that's how we designed this space to be. Firstly, it's supposed to be a surprise when you come in because there's a curtain that you unveil and it comes straight in your face with beautiful 4-feet tanks. Yeah, and we purposely kept this space mostly in black with the walls, the cupboards, and then the lights as well. And this is meant to so that we can accentuate the beauty of the scapes, but just by themselves. And it takes away the focus from everything else and distractions. Yeah, it takes away the distractions from everything else. Right?
Yeah.
So and then we decided that we'll try to make best use of this space as possible. So the center of this space actually we kept it open so that we could hold maybe like demo skip shows or we could even lay out benches here for people to sit down and relax.
Yeah.
So that was what we wanted to do. And so we set up the gallery the way it is. And we also have different styles for different tanks. So we got nature styles, we got iwagumi, and we got dioramas here, as well as even biotopes. And then there's an upcoming paludarium as well.
Nice.
Yeah, so we designed this space to really just be almost like a catalog of sorts, where people can just view what they want to do and get inspiration from.
Okay, very cool. Yeah. So we're here back at the Living Shrimply Gallery, and I'm with Raye, who is working here at Living Shrimply. Raye, maybe you wanna share with us a little bit. What do you actually do here at Living Shrimply?
Okay, so hello everyone. I'm Raye. I'm the lead aquascaper here at Living Shrimply. I've been working here for about 2 years already, and I handle most of our scapes here in the in-house gallery, and also I handle the client projects as well, be it for maintenance or for aquascape projects. Yeah.
Okay, and how long have you been aquascaping?
So I've been scaping for also about 7-8 years.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the way I started is similar to many other people, which is through fish. And you realize that the tank is very empty, then you add in more things, get in deeper into the hobby.
Okay. So do you have like a favorite style or something that you usually gravitate towards?
Yeah, I think no matter what I try to do, right, my scapes always turn out to be a bit more diorama focused.
Okay.
So I think I cannot detach myself from this style. Yeah.
I see. Okay, great. Shall we check out some of the scapes you have at the gallery?
Sure, let's go.
Yeah, let's do it. So Raye, this beautiful scape here, who scaped it in the first place?
Okay, this scape is done by Suffian and Jason from the Singapore Aquascaping Club.
Okay.
So they did the hardscape about a month ago and only recently planted it just last week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that explains why the plants are not yet very lush and all that.
Yes, so now we are still going through the diatom phase. You can still see some of the glue stains here and there. But I think give it a few months and it'll be very lush.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe could you share briefly about what the concept is or how they came to this? Okay,
so I think people who know Sufyan or Jason would know that they are very diorama focused kind of aquascapers. They love the depth, the end path, the scale of it. So I think actually they are a very good pair. So they created this inspired by the typical diorama jungle look.
Right.
And I think they started out with this main piece of wood in the middle. So that kind of directed them to piece everything else together. So they just use this main piece as the main focal point.
Everything supports it in a way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Let's talk about another scape then. So Raye, we're here at this, I would say, nature aquarium kind of style. Aquarium, maybe you can tell us a bit about who scaped it and the style behind it. Yeah.
Okay. So this was scaped by Timothy, Meng, and Jacky, also known as LitiAquaria, which are all members from the Singapore Aquascaping Club. Yeah.
Okay. And what's the idea behind this scape?
Okay, so as you mentioned, right, this is a natural style aquarium, and I think they use this big piece of driftwood as like the main focal point. So I think it kind of resembles like a fallen log in the river. And actually one key aspect of this aquascape, right, is to highlight bigger plants like the Echinodorus that you see at the back.
Okay, yeah.
Because we feel like, especially for Tim, he feels like, this plant is quite underrated in this hobby. So wanted to have a scape dedicated to bigger plants.
Nice. Yeah, thanks so much. Let's see your scape.
Okay, let's go.
So Raye, this is the scape that you scaped here for the gallery. Maybe you can share with us what the concept is.
Okay, so this scape was done, as you can see, is done mainly through big dragon rocks. So I wanted to create, a diorama scape with dragon rocks, trying to create like a dragon cave type of look. So I think I used quite a common diorama style whereby it's kind of like a V shape pointing inwards to the end point at the back. Yeah.
Okay. So the vanishing point is there lah.
Yes, correct.
Okay. And maybe what about the plants in terms of how you selected them and where you placed them? What was the thought process behind it?
Okay, so to create the scale, right, to make the rocks look bigger than they already are, I try to use small plants, so you see a lot of foreground plants like your hairgrass, your Monte Carlo, and also a lot of mini buceps. So I stick to mainly smaller plants, and also to mention, right, there's quite a few unique species of moss also. We have this pearl moss, and also some flame moss at the back. Yeah,
right.
This scape is also still in its infancy stage, so a lot of the plants are not exactly grown in yet.
Is that bovitis there, or what kind of plant is that?
Yes, that's a bovitis, but it's not the Hudalote that we usually see.
Oh, okay.
So now it's still in its immerse stage. We are trying to convert it in this thing. It kind of looks like a little bush.
Okay. And how did you construct the hardscape, like in terms of what we don't see here, what's underground and what's beneath? Could you tell us a bit about that process?
Okay, so the two main pieces of dragon rock at each corner, right, weighs about 20 over kilos per side. So it was actually quite challenging to scape them. So below all of this, right, there's actually a small styrofoam board to kind of protect the tank and also to cushion the impact a little bit, so that we don't crush all the soil. With these two pieces in there, I kind of just glue the smaller pieces together to form this cave-like structure. And I wanted to create small caves in between. So that viewers has more things to see.
Right. There's little points of interest here and there, almost like a mini subplot within the full plot.
Yes, right. That's the best way to put it.
I think of it as like a film or a storyline, right? Because essentially doing an aquascape is like taking the view on a journey on the storyline, right? Yeah.
So that's the main character, and these are all the side characters.
Got it.
Yeah.
And what about substrate, like in terms of the choice of substrate and how you laid it out? Maybe you can share a bit about that.
Yeah, so most of the tank, actually we use the Denali, the aqua soil, and then to create the path, right, I actually just put sand over it. But usually people might glue it down, but I intentionally choose not to, because I didn't want to create a path that looks too artificial. So I wanted to kind of grow the foreground plants on it, so that in nature the path is never just clear.
So actually, that's true. In life as well.
Of course, life is not easy.
Sometimes you get a bit of aqua soil and dirt here and there, right? A bit of detritus here and there. Oh wow, very good story. See, the more you explain, the more depth and there's more story to it, right?
Yes.
It's quite wonderful. I think at the moment we don't see too much livestock, but maybe I'm sure they are there just hiding, right? What livestock did you choose for this?
Okay, so we have about 10 glow-like Daniels inside here. I think they are not a very common fish used in aquascaping, but wanted to feature them here because they have very cool orange and patterns on them.
The details.
Yes, and to me they kind of look like little dragons.
To
fit this dragon cave kind of.
Okay, got it. Like a mystical landscape kind of thing.
Yes, and we also have some red platies to do a bit of the cleanup for the diatoms.
Right. Yeah. Any shrimp you all plan to?
There are a few Yamato shrimps inside, but I think they are all hidden.
Right. I see. Tell me a bit about the root detailing. I mean, how do you, especially for some people who may not be very experienced in this, like how do you approach deciding what type of roots to select, and also how do you position them?
Actually that's a good point that you brought up, because I contemplated for quite long whether to add in these roots or not. You know? But without the roots, right, the rocks feel kind of too glaring, too unnatural. So I decided to add in some roots to kind of mimic the roots of the plants. So I think when it comes to detailing, right, you have to really see what you are going for. Some people put in roots to act as roots of the tree. So that tends to be a bit thicker and bigger. But for me, I just want to make it look like maybe the bucep has more roots coming out. So I kind of use thinner roots, as you can see here. Then nearer to the bigger plants is where you see bigger roots.
Again, to mimic as if it's the roots of those plants.
Yes,
something like that. What about in terms of equipment? What is this set up with right now?
Okay, so we are running a Oase Biomaster 850 for this tank, and for CO2 wise, we are just using a 5-liter CO2 cylinder using inline diffuser. To really get the maximum diffusion of the CO2 bubbles.
Are you using a chiller with this?
No, because our gallery actually has the aircon on most of the time. So the tanks are usually kept at 26, 25 degrees.
Right. Is that the same for most of your tanks here?
Yes. So because we have like 6-7 display tanks here. So I think it's more cost efficient to just run
Yeah,
the
yeah,
aircon
true.
and individual chillers.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
Sense. And there's a skimmer as well, is it?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, because I think with new tanks there's a lot of biofilm, so we try to use the skimmer to clear out that. Yeah.
Nice. Wow. And in terms of maintenance, like what for this tank, what do you? Is it a daily thing for you? How do you maintain it?
Yeah, because this tank is still early in its development phase, right? So we actually do water changes about once every 2 days.
Okay.
So we do about 10 to 30%, and just to get some of the Kang out, because dragon rocks are quite dusty.
Okay.
So even though it might look clean, inside all the cracks and rocks and the holes, there's actually a lot of dust.
Okay.
And I think when those dust get on the plants actually melt.
Okay.
So we try to get rid of it through every maintenance.
Right. They melt because they're being suffocated or what? Like blocked from light or?
Actually, I think so, because when leaves are blocked off by dust, right, usually within the next 2-3 days, you can see that it starts to rot.
Okay. Very
So I think it's
interesting.
something to do with the intake of nutrients. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So something to learn if you are using dusty hardscape and all that.
Always
remember
wash first.
Wash it first as much as you can, but you
Yes,
can't get
yes.
100% off, right?
Yes, correct.
So you have to do like quite frequent water changes
Yep,
to
correct.
keep your plants from dying, essentially.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, man, for this deep dive and showing us the gallery. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome, Shawn.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed the tour and thank you for sticking around this long because here's your surprise. We have 3 Denala Carbo BioStiles to give away, each worth about $100. This is a disposable CO2 system. More details on this product and how to win it in the description below. So until next time, Scape Zenly.